I don't hear nothing.
How is this a consistent thing that the intro just doesn't play for you? And now he's frozen. See? The man here is frozen. He is stuck in time. He is a anti-time traveler. He cannot go through time. He is stopped. Oh, now you're moving. Hi. Are you delayed again? He's looking at me like Kratos now from God of War. Look at that look. He's like, I'm disappointed in you, boy. Hope you heard that, by the way. If you can hear this, you might want to reboot your netter in. One more again. Look at that disappointed face. Look at that. That is a face of disappointment and fervorous anger. Look at that. That is a face that says, screw you guys. I'm slapping the crap out of you. Let's look at it. Look at it. Look at it intently. Hopefully he'll be back. And then we'll start this whole process over again because you guys deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J. Black. We had a nice little intro going on, but yet he's gone. Got to get Big Sid back in here, so give him a second. He'll be back, and we'll start this whole process over. In the meantime, while we're waiting on that, I think you guys should take a look at this little what we're going to be talking about soon. So, give me a second here. Where's it at? All right. Let's bring this up. I think this is one of the where's it at? We'll go ahead and play this one. All right, let's put it back in here. And then I will full screen it for her pleasure. Watch this.
Play action for Tagovailoa, who's got a lot of time to throw. He just dumps it off to Durham Smythe. And Smythe with a gain of 7. A lot of time to throw. He just...
And there it is. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the definition of madness. Let's bring back in Big Sin here. Big City Sin, are you back, sir?
Ain't been in this motherfucker for 2 weeks, and it's like, I'm just gonna randomly reboot when you try to do this shit.
Exactly. You should have seen the face that was left on the screen. You look like Kratos from God of War, disappointed in Atreus.
Oh, you mean like the NFLPA should be in the Miami Dolphins medical staff? Yeah.
Exactly. You just had your face over just like, I'm disappointed in you, boy.
So disappointed in the internet. Ain't done this shit in 2 weeks.
I know. Well, welcome back, sir. It's been a long time since we've seen you on the channel. It's good to have you here.
It's been a long time since we've seen you on the channel. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, that is true. Both of those statements are in fact.
You over here acting like it was just me, motherfucker.
Listen, this is called Sinful Black Reacts. If it's Black Reacts, I'd just be reacting to people doing dumb shit on the internet. I mean, just like most Facebook people are doing anyway nowadays.
Hold on.
There's literally people sitting there, right, taking stupid videos from TikTok, reposting their reaction to it, and they're not even reacting to it even really. They're just sitting there like,
I know. I saw the homie Mickey Burberry doing that shit. I'm
like, dude, and Cats is making money off it. 5,000 views. Facebook send you a nice check for $12. I'm just saying, just sit there. With the rabbit mask
that
on.
shit, the whole video. Exactly.
With the rabbit mask on. Just sit there, dude. Just chill. So for those that don't know, I just showed the video. Well, first, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood J Black. Welcome to that damn NFL show with my main man, Big Sin in the building. I already asked how he was doing. He's apparently moving and alive because before he just sat there in disappointment. So he's obviously talking and alive. So he is here. A lot has gone on in the NFL since me and Big Sin last talked. And initially I was going to go over the stuff from 2 weeks ago. But apparently the news this week completely trumps all of that. We have to get started with the big news first. This is going to be a little bit different show. Normally, we recap the last week's games, going to this week's games. It's been 2 weeks. There's been some news, so we'll go over some news, highlight some major things going on, playoff implications, and then dedicate the last half of the show to playoffs. So some teams out there that can barely win a game, up to and including the Tennessee Titans.
And the New England Patriots, who still have a chance somehow.
Yes. Yes. Jesus, things have gone completely awry since week 10. We were talking about the Jets and the Giants being perennial playoff teams, perhaps winning the division. No, that didn't happen. We were talking about the Browns perhaps being okay with Deshaun Watson being back. No, that didn't happen. We're talking about the Bengals possibly being a one and done in the playoffs. No, that's definitely not happening.
They're probably going. If they can get past, they can beat Kansas City. Their problem is going to be Buffalo.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Josh Allen's mysterious shoulder injury and arm injury is completely gone.
This man didn't miss no time.
no time at all. Lamar Jackson, who he thought was going to be playing for an MVP season, and while the Ravens have looked meh. Jackson.
I know you're talking about Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah,
but Tyler Huntley got more Pro Bowl votes.
And I'm trying to figure out who allowed him in. Like, dude, you've literally played 2 games. Okay,
hey, what's up? What 777 memorabilia?
What about? Oh yes, hey, yes. You went 4-0. Look at you. Congratulations, Brody. Congratulations, man. We had a good week. We had a good week this week, I think, right?
Yeah, you want me to tell you the overall record that we're sitting at now that I combined everything from the last 2 weeks?
Yes.
All right. So week 11, I went 11-5. You went 12-4. So you're right there. Okay. Our totals for the year, though. For these, I mean, not a couple weeks ago, but I had a good comeback week 15, which we didn't do a show.
Yeah.
But, I am now sitting at 141, 96, and 2.
Okay.
You are sitting at 143, 94.
Look at that. See? Week 17 does look difficult. I will agree. 1777. However, I actually believe once we go over it in the second half of the show, we got you. You know, I'll give my in-depth analysis. You know, maybe not so in-depth, but somewhat in-depth. You know how we do. If you've been paying attention to the show, we actually have a really good track record. So, Big Sin. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. As I showed at the beginning of this video, Tua Tagovailoa. Third concussion in 2022. I remember when after the second concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and that's the reason why we did it. Like, listen, if the ESPN guys can do it and make millions of dollars off of making picks, why can't we not make any money at all and do the same thing? Okay, just saying. That's
for people's enjoyment.
Exactly. Oh, for entertainment purposes only, unless you're gonna do it anyway. So
gonna do
it. So the game has now changed for Tua. It's unprecedented for somebody to get 2 concussions and continue going in a season. Usually the second concussion is when you say, you know.
Well, you got to remember, the first concussion was a back injury.
Yes, back injury. Okay, back injury. All right.
To the left.
The second concussion, he was throwing up gang signs, and you couldn't deny that one. Okay. And the third one is apparently another back injury.
Okay, so one thing I want to bring up real quick before you get going.
Yeah.
His stats before that, I think it was like 12 for 14 for 216 and a touchdown.
9 to 12 for 216, 217 and a touchdown.
His stats after that shit were like 6 for 18 for 93 and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was flipping horrible.
Because that man's brain is broken.
3 picks in a row. Let's not just 3 picks. 3 picks in a row. Okay, back to back.
He Andy Dalton that shit against the Cardinals earlier this season.
Yeah, you already know. You already know how this goes as far as this concussion situation goes. It's not good. The scrutiny is on the NFL and the Dolphins as it is. And yes, Bridgewater is a decent backup, but this is not the place that you want to be to have to deal with. This whole situation is all bad. And I said, and I'll get to why once we get to the picks. But this is literally the Dolphins' worst nightmare. You're literally hanging on to a playoff spot because they're grasping at it. Okay, the Jets have faltered just enough to where you can clear enough space between the Jets and the Dolphins with a win. However, the Patriots, on the other hand, have the tiebreaker against the Jets. So
I was going to say, would you like to know the 2 scenarios that the Patriots make the playoffs?
Yes, please.
All right. So scenario number 1.
Yeah.
They beat Miami. They beat Buffalo. Both entirely possible because Buffalo will more than likely be resting their starters in the final week of the season.
Okay.
And Miami's dead. That's the first scenario.
Okay.
Second scenario, Patriots beat Miami. The Seahawks beat the Jets this weekend. And next week, the Bills beat New England and the Jets beat Miami.
So the question I have for you, because this is something that you did mention, that the Bills possibly resting people. The thing is with that is sorry. I thought a moth hit me. My bad. The thing is that isn't the Ravens still in line for the home field advantage?
No, because the Bengals have taken over the division.
Oh, they're tied. Well, no, I'm sorry.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I'm sorry. But who holds the tiebreaker between the Bills and the Ravens, or even the Bills and the Bengals?
So the Bengals beat the Chiefs. So the Bills right now are 12-3. Chiefs are 12-3.
Yeah.
The Bills hold the tiebreaker, I do believe there.
Yeah.
So the Bengals are 11-4.
Yeah. So the only feasible scenario I see the Bills holding out is if
they clinch the first seed.
Yeah. That's the thing. And that would require the Chiefs falling off next week.
Which are not. They play Denver, who finally fired Hackett.
Yeah. I fully expect the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Bills to go balls in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just how it goes. Dolphins and Patriots, that they're fighting. Each team is fighting for their playoffs lives. The Jets are on the outside. Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. The Jets are on the outside looking in though, because
because they dropped.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because they got swept by New England.
Mm-hmm.
Then they decided to play Zach Wilson instead of Joe Flacco when Mike White got folded in half.
Yeah. He said the biggest winner are the damn Chiefs. The Bills and Bungles are beating the crap out of each other. Well, yeah, and the Chiefs have Denver, but I mean, yes, the Chiefs have Denver, but the Chiefs have Denver.
But you know who's going to get a home playoff game?
Who?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, more than likely.
Well, and that's the scenario. So I don't know if you've been watching 1777 over the show 2 weeks ago. I said I am a beacon of chaos, and as such, as the beacon of chaos, I would love to see. At this time 2 weeks ago, I said if Jacksonville wins out, Tennessee loses majority of the games going in. Jacksonville, the Week 18 game between Jacksonville and Tennessee is going to be for the division and possibly the playoffs. I said this 2 weeks ago. Nobody believed me because the Jaguars were 5-8, and Tennessee was 7-6, something like that. Yeah, 7-6.
Then the Jags then tore off by fucking.
Yeah. So now the Jacksonville. Well, Texans are 9-0 versus Jacksonville. However, now Jacksonville has absolutely something to play for. But see, this coming game actually doesn't even matter to neither team because both teams, this has something to do with the division and how it goes. Because even if Jacksonville wins and Tennessee loses, and then they play each other, if Tennessee wins, they win the division. It's because Tennessee has more wins in the division than Jacksonville does. And this really puts it in perspective if they just so happen to beat the Texans. So it doesn't even matter. So like for both games that they're playing, Tennessee and Jacksonville, this is a dead week. They can essentially rest their starters this week and go all in next week. And it would be like their Super Bowl.
Okay, so as first playoff teams we've clinched so far,
yeah,
we have Buffalo clinched, Kansas City clinched the AFC West.
Okay.
The Bengals and Ravens have both clinched wild cards, and so have the Chargers.
Yep.
In the AFC.
Yeah, which that in itself provides a lot of interesting things going on. So the Chargers are good; they're in. So they don't have really much to play for at this point. They can even rest their starters. Who knows how this goes, right?
And the Ravens and Bengals are both in. They're just waiting for the division.
Yeah. So right now there's one more wild card spot that's up for play. That's what's going down right now. Oddly enough, that's
the seventh spot that New England could get.
Yeah, right now the map supports that the Titans, even if they lose out, apparently if the Patriots lose out and the Jets lose out, the Dolphins lose out. Well, no, the Dolphins wouldn't. I mean, even the Dolphins lose out. If Tennessee wins next week and they somehow lose to Jacksonville because of how the record is, if the Patriots and Jets lose, then they can get into the playoffs even by losing the division. Remember when I said that Tennessee was going to possibly back up into the playoffs or possibly back into not being in the playoffs at all? This exact scenario has now played out to its fruition. I said that Tennessee and Jacksonville was going to come down to the division. I said this 2 weeks ago. I am now going to start playing the lottery now because obviously I am now a soothsayer. And this is how this goes.
Hey! There ain't been an accurate prediction as that since I called Baron Corbin and Carmelo winning the Money in the Bank a couple years ago.
So now, and this is what I said about the Dolphins. The Dolphins are second in the AFC East. They control their own destiny, but now they have to play a Patriots team that's desperate now.
Pissed and mad, desperate and mad.
Yeah. And this isn't the same Patriots team that was ran by Brian Flores and just so happens to win games in December. That's not the case anymore. Without Tua, they have absolutely no shot. None. Not at all. You see how they played without Tua earlier this season. That tells me everything.
They dropped all their games he didn't play.
Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater got murdered, and they dropped every single game. And somehow they brought Teddy Bridgewater back to life, possibly for him to get murdered again by the Patriots.
Matt Judon going to kill this man. No, you want to know what the funniest thing I saw today?
What?
So I don't think the Raiders are planning on bringing back Derek Carr, so they can't trade him if he gets hurt. So they benched him, and they're going to start Jared Stidham for the next 2 weeks. And Jared Stidham is going to die to the 49ers on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe because Josh McDaniels knows, okay, that he needs to keep his cash cow healthy in order to rebuild this franchise. Although, if it were me, I would have fired Josh McDaniels the moment that they blew that lead against the Colts. The moment that happened, he would have been fired. It would have been done. And that's it.
See, so the bad thing is here. You look at this Raiders siege. Josh Jacobs has had a career year, and he is making Josh McDaniels look like shit because Josh McDaniels at the beginning of the season said, yeah, we're not exercising the fifth-year option on Josh. He could be a free agent after the season. And now Josh Jacobs is leading the league in rushing.
And there's some things I need to talk about, too, regarding that. Because that, my friend, has opened up a can of worms because Senior Sean Payton is back into the mix.
Yep.
He said he's got a whole squad and coaching staff and everything.
He fired Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
So I think Denver is most likely going to be the spot for him because he'll have Russell Wilson. Fangio will be back with his offensive line.
Well, defensive line,
and they can do their thing.
See, that was my initial thought, right? Because I'm like, Denver's just about as perfect as it gets. Until somebody else brought another situation into me that piqued my interest, if you will. And the person that brought this scenario in was Pat McAfee.
Pretty Pat.
Right. Yes. And Pat McAfee stays in the end. That's why he's the best at what he does. So he showed a photo of that was taken by Michael Thomas. It was a picture of Tom Brady and Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So now, why is that? Why would Michael Thomas, who has been basically just retweeting stuff and been on radio silence this whole time?
Let's say something else about Michael Thomas. There's a guy on the Redskins who got twice who's playing. Michael Thomas stubbed his toe and they played all year. So...
But maybe that's for a reason. Did you ever think about that? The Saints have been absolute ass this year outside the times that they've beaten Tampa Bay once, the Falcons once, a couple other teams here and there. But they've done just enough to secure at least the top 10 pick in the NFL draft. Something that they haven't had in a while, right? Just saying. So now we have a scenario where there's a top pick in the draft. Tom Brady's a free agent. Sean Payton is bringing in an all-star coaching staff. And he can just walk right back into to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He could draft a future QB. He could trade that top pick for like 3 picks, Bill Belichick style. He can do whatever he wants. You got a top 10 pick. Especially with some teams that have some needs and some teams that are going to be making some moves this offseason. Looking at you, Atlanta, because that's another scenario, Pat McAfee. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. Now Sean Payton can bring the boys. The defense is still legit. It's a bend but don't break defense. They've given Tom Brady fits this year and a lot of other teams fits. They're not perfect, but with Vic Fangio there, they will be perfect. He'll make them perfect. A healthy Michael Thomas. There's a few wide receivers out there in free agency this year. Juju's a free agent. couple of wide receivers that can definitely work with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And now you have a scenario for 2 to 3 years. Tom Brady can be healthy under Sean Payton's tutelage, and Sean Payton knows how to keep old quarterbacks alive. He did it for Drew Brees, even when Drew Brees turned from a regular quarterback to a noodle arm and still kept him alive. That's a scenario that's in play. What are your thoughts?
I will believe anything when I see it because it's one of those. So with the Raiders, I think that with McDaniels for at least 2 or 3 more years, I think Mark Davis gives him a chance to fix it.
Okay.
Denver, I see as the most likely spot for Sean Payton just because of what the weapons they have are. As far as Atlanta goes, I don't think there's enough talent. The same with Indy, I don't think there's enough talent to draw Sean Payton there.
Sean Payton's never going to Indy. I don't even think that's even remotely an agreeable situation for them. The deal with Denver the deal with Denver and Indy is this. See, Indy is a clean slate, okay? But that's also depending on if wants to give Jeff Saturday the full coaching gig.
Which he might, because
Because
Jeff Saturday has a very long history with the franchise.
Yeah.
He's a golden child in the eyes of Indy fans.
Yeah.
And this team is just not good.
Not at all. And they haven't been good in a while.
Because you got to think about it. Jonathan Taylor out most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan on the back foot of his career. No quarterbacks. T.Y. Hilton is fucking in Dallas making 60-yard plays now, for God's sakes.
Oh, yeah. And they tell that T.Y. Hilton wouldn't have the coach told T.Y. Hilton, Frank Reich told him he wouldn't have a career here if he tried to come back to Denver. He'd be on not Denver, in Indy, he'd be on the bench. And now you know why Frank Reich got fired.
And everybody knows T.Y. Hilton makes at least 3 plays of 60-plus yards a season.
He's healthy, fully healthy, and fresh. The freshest player in the NFL playing right now.
2 bags on the Cowboys.
I mean, they're winning. They
beat an Eagles team that was led by Gardner Minshew. Let's not go crazy.
Well, I'm not. Listen, you see how many points Gardner Minshew put up on him, though?
And that shows you how bad Dallas is.
Well, so what's his name? What's that corner? That's the ultimate interception machine in Dallas.
You talking about Stefan's little brother, Diggs?
Yeah. So, have you ever had somebody that is both the best corner in the NFL and the worst corner in the NFL?
Well, that's how it was last year when they were praising him because remember he did in the Patriots game. He had that pick 6 and then got burned for a 90-yard touchdown the very next play.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL and the worst quarterback in the NFL because he's the best because when he's covering, he's a ball hawk and he gets interceptions. However, his ass gets blown too easily. And it's not even close.
Like a guy paying a hooker on the strip, baby.
And so there's another scenario that's been brewing up. So we all know that Lamar Jackson's a free agent after this year. After he said he's going to shop because he didn't sign the contract, he's a free agent after this year. You know he wants $250 million.
He's going to get it now with Zach Wilson guaranteed out of New York. New York will give it to him.
Now, see, I thought that. But then I had another scenario in mind, okay? I also have to mention to you as well that this running back free agent class is probably the best running back free agent class of our lifetime, okay? Running back, RB free agents. I got to tell you what this is because I have this list. Are you ready for this list?
Yeah.
So topping off the list is Saquon Barkley, free agent, unrestricted. A lot of unrestricted free agents. That's actually the top. All of them are unrestricted free agents. Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams in Detroit, the guy who's been backing up DeAndre Swift and been outperforming him. Josh Jacobs, as we know. Mark Ingram, which he's been bouncing around. He's back in New Orleans, but for another year, until the end of the year. Rex Burkhead, who was in New England, who they might bring back in to New England after Rex Burkhead got his big paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Got paid and bring him back, and he's a solid number 3. So
yep. The 2-year running back Deontay Foreman for Carolina, the dude that's been performing his ass off in Carolina.
Yeah.
We have Samaje Perine, who's been backing up. What's his name?
Perine has stepped up when Joe Mixon was struggling.
Mm-hmm. Ronald Jones in Kansas City, the backup to there that stepped up when both their top 3 running backs did. Miles Sanders, the pass catching running back from Philadelphia.
So Philly, the one who they wouldn't give the ball to last year.
No, and this year too. When they needed to run the ball, they absolutely refused to. And there's a certain guy in New England that likes pass catching running backs.
Yeah, with James White retiring last year.
Exactly. So Jerick McKinnon, who's the other back that they just actually brought into the team and it actually stepped up.
In Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot what I just said. Raheem Mostert. There's another dude in here, Latavius Murray, who resurrected his career, although Russell Wilson sucks. He resurrected his career in Denver. And as then Jeff Wilson, who's another free agent running back.
Miami ain't going to have no quarterbacks, no running backs.
Devin Singletary in Buffalo. You know how many times they try to get rid of this man in Buffalo and he just won't die? He's the Taylor Heineke of the AFC East.
Oh, wait. I gotta bring that up real quick.
Yeah.
How fucking retarded is Ron Rivera? Heineke, if you play bad against the best defense in the league, you're getting benched for Carson Wentz. Oh, Carson Wentz had a good game in garbage time. Yay, we're benching Heineke. Carson Wentz is our starter. Ron Rivera, go to hell. Heineke is the best quarterback on that team.
And so there's a lot more on this list, and I would think you definitely take a look at it. But there's an obvious stud that I'm going to tell you who this is. And this man has basically been playing second fiddle his entire career for this specific team. And that man's name is Tony Pollard.
That's who I was about to say. Because they should have traded Zeke and given Pollard the fucking keys to run that place.
And
he's been doing it for the last 2 years.
So either one or two things are going to happen. Either he's going to finally get his big ass contract somewhere, or they're going to sign him to a big ass contract and trade Zeke.
Good luck trading Zeke with how he's performed this year.
Well, you can trade him. Bill Belichick will offer him a 9th rounder and then release him. You know what I'm saying? Just for the hell of it, just because. So that's the thing. We have all of that going on as it is now. So anyways, back to what I was trying to say. So Atlanta. When you think of Atlanta, and I'm gonna give you a year, I want you to tell me the first person that comes to your mind. Atlanta, 2003.
2003?
Yep. Cover boy.
Vic?
You already know. Greatest legs of all time and the greatest Madden player of all time.
Michael
you already know.
Vick.
Yes. So there's 3 teams that have the most cap space going into 2023. New England's one of them. What was it? There's another team, but they already have a quarterback on lock. And then there's the Falcons. Top 3, the top 3 teams with the most cap space going into 2023. There is a scenario where the Falcons, between the running backs that are available, the middle of the road wide receivers to complement their rookies wide receivers that they have in Atlanta, and the addition of a $250 million Lamar Jackson. It's a black quarterback in a black city with black wide receivers, a black running back.
And black helmets, and black heads, and black shoes.
And blackity black, y'all. Okay? And that's essentially where we're at. There's a room. Again, Pat McAfee, thought out there that he heard through the grapevine And it could happen. Falcons have nothing to lose. They had Mariota.
They're playing with house money. They performed. They punched above their weight class for the first half of the season, and then reality set in.
Oh yeah. They found out that Marcus Mariota was not as good as they thought he was.
But not only that, they found out that their team was trash, and then they somehow traded a guy who was suspended for the season, Calvin Ridley.
They traded him for
that still confuses me.
Traded him for a pack of now-laters. That's what that shit was.
And now we know the best player on their team is going to ask for a lot of money, and that man is named Cordell Patterson.
Yes, and which he deserves it. Now you think they get a tight end over there, in there. If they get a Mark Andrews over there, like tight end, okay, or find him in the draft. They have Cordell Patterson who can do everything.
You have to remember they got Pitts.
Yeah,
they just haven't had a consistent quarterback to throw to him.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to look up tight end free agents. Oh, so here you go. Topping that list, you have Mike Gesicki.
He folds under pressure though.
Yeah, but he also hasn't had the opportunity.
Well, yeah, because he got Tyreek and Waddle fucking on that team.
Yeah. There's a bunch of guys on this free agent list that were looking to prove themselves. Guys like O.J. Howard, who was told that he wasn't good enough to play with Tom Brady, which is why they brought in Big Gronk.
And then they brought in O.J. and they both had a good season. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Austin Hooper, he left the Falcons and hasn't been the same. He's been okay. He's been all right in Tennessee. Robert Tonyan, the dude that's been fucking carrying Aaron Rodgers, for all these years.
Okay, thank you for bringing him up real quick. I just want to talk to you Packer fans out there. What I need y'all to do right now is calm your tits because you ain't going anywhere. Trust me. Yeah.
They was about to get blown out like 45-10 had Tua got concussed. Okay.
Not only that, the week before they got lucky too.
Yeah. No,
the Packers are not going anywhere.
No, we need to put the notice out now because I see y'all getting bold and cocky in the comment section.
I saw them say, "Oh, Packers are back, baby."
No, they're not. No, they're back. They're back at the bottom of the division. That's what they're in the back.
They're back in the back of the ass. Back in the back of the ass.
All right, so now J.J. Watt retired.
In the most J.J. Watt way possible. All right, y'all, I'm out.
Yeah. First he said, all right, y'all, I'm back. And then he said, all right, y'all, I'm out. That's what he did. And thank you, J.J. Watt, for your service.
And as far as your brother, this shows that the NFL is a popularity contest when it comes to the Pro Bowl. He has only played 7 games and only had 4 sacks and is somehow making the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Over
John Peasy.
Over a Mr. Josh Uche New England who has 11.5 sacks on the season.
Oh, here's another attractive job if you can trade the quarterback, Arizona.
Yeah. Well, no, you just got to make sure Call of Duty don't come out during the football season. You'll be fine.
Call of Duty updates every season, unfortunately.
John Pizzle, what's up, boy?
So what you're gonna have to send him to a team that has a backup quarterback that can play from the end of October to the beginning of December, so Kyler Murray can prestige twice. You know what I'm saying? And
so here's what you do: you get Kyler when Call of Duty updates. You bring in Mike White, let him do the shit.
All right, Kyler Murray to the Jets confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Kyler Murray to the Jets confirmed.
You heard it here first. Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson to the Jets.
Oh,
both of them.
Oh Lord!
They're just gonna pay their quarterbacks because they ain't got nobody else on the team. So
he said he'll get a call from Pitt late in the season. You know what though? I honestly think to be dead honest with you, because of some interesting developments that happened with Ed Reed, who is now the head coach of the prestigious Black HBCU Bethune-Cookman University.
Black.
Yeah, black, y'all, okay? The prestigious Bethune-Cookman University. Bethune? I honestly think...
How the fuck is your team Bethune?
The lady's last name was Bethune-Cookman, okay? Bethune, okay?
It sounds like a fucking shooting set out of a cannon. Bethune.
That's the crossbar. That's the crossbar sound when you miss a field goal. Bethune.
All right,
but you never know. J.J. Watt might be a coach somewhere. I think that, listen, they've now proven that NFL players can go from being NFL players to head coaches of FCS teams.
And they've also proven that Deion Sanders, who had all this pride in his little team, is like, "Fuck you for the money, I'm out, and I'm taking my son."
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, yeah. I know one person who did. We ain't gonna say his name, but he's in the comment section. Anyway.
All right. So let's get into week 17. Let's make these picks. Are you ready? Are you ready, sir?
Oh, I'm always ready. You know me.
We are talking about a team right now who took care of a guy with a porn star mustache this past Sunday because they ran the other quarterback into the ground. But this time, the Cowboys are going to Tennessee to try and stop the Tennessee Titans run or trying to back into the playoffs.
Yeah, Tennessee's gonna get stomped all over. They're gonna get a mud hole stomped in their ass. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna get a mud hole stomped in their ass, walk dry. Dallas is fighting for their playoff life too. They need it bad. Tennessee doesn't even have to participate in this game. Tennessee can literally put in fourth stringers and practice squad players because this game doesn't matter to them right now. I would rest everyone.
They're like, we just hope Jacksonville loses. That's all.
I would put in water boys, practice squad people, the IT people, put them in pads.
Medulla oblongata.
Yeah, everybody that's any non-essential Tennessee Titan player is absolutely playing in this game. Okay.
All right, so we're both taking the Cowboys here.
Yes, indubitably, sir. Indubitably.
Boom. All right, next up we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Falcons. The battle of two teams with no quarterbacks.
I honestly...
Wait, or is Colt McCoy playing this week? Because I know he was hurt.
No, Colt is hurt. Kyler apparently is playing, I thought.
He tore his ACL. Kyler tore his ACL.
That's right. He's playing. He's going to tear his other one, too. Get a matching pair.
He's like, oh, I heard Call of Duty, the next one coming out next year. Like,
I heard it's going to be the biggest Call of Duty ever. Oh, my knees. Oh, go.
I got that Warzone 3, bitch.
They already sent me the pre-release. I guess it don't even matter because Colt McCoy is dead and Kyler Murray died a long time ago.
Let me see who's starting quarterback this week before I pick this game.
Fucking probably some dude named Chuck Taylor or some shit. I don't fucking know who.
Hey, I would choose Chuck Taylor as a quarterback.
Steve Stevenson, nigga, that's who's starting. Steve Stevenson.
Because if it's that weak-ass 7th round draft pick, yep. Okay, I'm going with the Falcons because Trace McSorley is starting.
Trace McSorley from Bougie State University. From Northwestern Eastern South State University.
So Trace McSorley is DJ Qualls at Road Trip.
Yeah. The dude went to the Southern Nevada University of Cosmetology.
Oh fuck! I'm taking the Falcons here. Who are you taking, sir?
Really? This Marcus Mariota's playing, and that's enough. That's really it. That's really all they need. I mean,
JJ, like, I'm not playing this week. I'm retired. I'm out.
Yep, we're good. I'm good. Trade me. Fuck, I don't even think Cliff Kingsbury's going to be coaching this week. He might just say, "Fuck this shit. I'm good. I'm going back to Texas Tech."
Next up, playoff implications in the building. The team that likes their main quarterback to get concussed every other game, taking on a very angry, desperate Patriots team.
What was this? Ty Detmer and the Steelers from fucking 1996? What? Oh no. We're talking about the Dolphins. My bad. The Dolphins and who?
Against the Patriots.
Well, you already know what I thought. We already talked
about. I gotta do it. I ain't done it in a couple weeks. I'm going with the homer, baby. Woo!
Listen, Teddy Bridgewater's gonna die again. They're probably gonna have to call Jarvis Landry off of the Cleveland to come quarterback for them by the time this is all.
Jarvis don't play for Cleveland.
Oh, he plays for somebody.
Jarvis plays for. Damn, where the fuck did Jarvis end up?
He plays for somebody, and he's gonna have to come and quarterback for them, whatever it is.
Hold up, let me see who Jarvis Landry plays for.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, can I borrow Jarvis? Can I borrow Jarvis?
No,
borrow Jarvis.
We got a game this week.
Can I borrow Jarvis? You're only gonna use him in the slot. Can I borrow Jarvis?
Oh, he's on the Saints.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, can I borrow Jarvis?
So unfortunately, the Saints are playing the Eagles at the same time. So
Can I borrow Jarvis?
Well, the Eagles could be asking that too.
Yeah, can I borrow Jarvis? What about Taysom?
Are you taking the Pats or the Dolphins?
Pats. I fully expect the Dolphins to get murdered. You know what? I don't want the Dolphins to make the playoffs, and I want them to be fined and suspended from NFL play for the next 2 years for what they're doing to Tua.
Because if they make the playoffs, they're going to start Tua. He's going to get another concussion.
Yep.
And then they're going to say it's a back injury again.
Yeah, exactly. It was a back and knee injury. He's throwing up fucking the J-Rock's gang.
My man was over there looking like Ace Ventura when he was in the mental institution trying to get the dolphin shit.
That's what Ace Ventura 4 is going to be about. Fucking
just Tua Tagovailoa.
Fucking, he's gone mad because of all the concussions. He has 7 personalities.
Will Smith stars in Concussion Part 2.
Electric
Tua Tagovailoa story.
Electric Boogaloo. Oh, shit.
All right, next up, we have those kind of feisty Saints and Andy Dalton taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, and Jalen Hurts is still hurt.
Yes. Jalen, I'm still hurts. But what's his name? Gardner Minshew performed very well. It just so happens that there was no defense. For the first time all year, the defense did not show up at all.
On either side of the field. Is Cowboys or fucking Philly.
Is Jalen Hurts the coach of the defense too? What the fuck is going on?
Well, just like in Chicago, they are siphoning the energy like they did with Justin Fields through Jalen Hurts to Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. So that's why they're trash. All right. So I'm taking
the Eagles are gonna be one and done in the playoffs. I'm just saying it now.
I want Gardner Minshew to at least get one win because I like Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is the definition of 8-8. He does enough, and y'all got to fill in the rest, okay? Y'all just got to figure that shit out. Look, I didn't lose y'all the game. I didn't win it, but I didn't lose it either.
And he has a great mustache. So we're both going with the Eagles here, I believe.
That's right. All
right. You ready for the Tom Fuckery foolery?
Yes, please, and thank you.
We have 2 teams who were supposed to be good. Well, 2 teams. One was supposed to be really good. One was supposed to be really bad. One ended up real bad. The other one ended up being okay for most of the season, but they're bad again. Just Saturday, the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Giants.
Well, we remember when we had, like I said, these teams were 7-2. Them and the Jets were 7-2 at one point,
and then they both lost every game.
Yep, and then remember I said the Jets
The Jets ran into the New England.
And I said this all year. The Jets go as the Giants go, and that's exactly what has happened this year. I don't know why. I have no idea why that's the case, but it's held true over the last 5 games.
New York.
So with that being said, I think I'm picking against the Jets in the game automatically. I haven't even heard who they're playing yet. I'm already picking whoever the Jets are playing, and so I'm not picking the Giants this game. Wait a minute, hold on. We said the Colts.
Yeah, I already have my initial next to the Giants.
Yeah, I'm picking the Giants.
The Colts are terrible.
Yeah, I forgot the Colts. Never mind. I'm picking
This will be the week that the Seahawks beat the Jets and the Giants actually win a game.
There we go. So yeah, I'm picking the Giants. There we go.
All right, next up, the Carolina Panthers ended the Detroit Lions winning streak last week. Can they almost force the Buccaneers into second place in the division this week?
Oh no! Who are they? They're playing the Bucs, right?
It's the Panthers at the Buccaneers.
So this game is really going to determine whether the Bucs make the playoffs or not. So the question is going to be then. So there was a story with Tom Brady when he talked about it in the documentary when he left New England, right? And he said that, well, not documentary, it was an interview, that he knew that he was done around the playoff game, before the playoff game started. Like, he knew he was done in New England. And
that's why he played like shit and didn't have no heart in the game.
So early in the show, we were talking about the potential of Tom Brady going to New Orleans and playing under a possible another new regime, but another new Sean Payton regime that's fully stock, locked, and loaded for the next few years. So this game is going to kind of determine whether it's true or not to me, because if they lose to the Panthers, that's it. There's no playoffs. There's no division. It's a wrap. It's done. It's it. You can't make up 2 games in one game. Like
No,
it's just,
they're all 7-8.
I know they're all 7-8, but if they lose, the Panthers hold the tiebreaker over the Bucks because they beat them earlier this year.
If Sam Darnold and the Panthers make the playoffs, I am not watching the playoffs.
Well, but the hilarity of that is that their coach now, the coach that I said that I have nothing but love and respect for, I said, wouldn't it be funny if the coach that has been tossed around and treated like shit as interim head coach on 3 different playoff teams, I might add, subsequently gets this team to the playoffs and they would have no choice at that point but to make him the permanent head coach. The hilarity of that has not gone off to me. There's a lot of hilarity in this season, Sin. A lot of hilarity.
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
I am too, but listen, if they lose, then you might as well get your Tom Brady New Orleans Saints jersey ready for a Saints fan because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming like Dion came to Colorado. It's coming.
Next up, we have this. The Denver Broncos hired Nathaniel Hackett because he was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator. The reason why they fired Nathaniel Hackett because a bad Rams team put up 51 on him.
A bad Baker Mayfield Rams team. I think that's the thing that you have to add into that. Baker Mayfield, who has only been there for
3 weeks now.
3 weeks now. Okay. Had 3 weeks to have to learn the entire offense, and Baker Mayfield is putting up Pro Bowl numbers on your vaunted number 1 defense. Oh, okay. No, get the fuck out of here. No,
so they are going to Kansas City to get blown out. So Kansas City is going to win this game by a lot.
What? You said they're going to Kansas City to get their back blown out? Damn, I didn't know it was that kind of party.
Yes.
Fuck.
You see Patrick Mahomes. He likes them rough.
Listen though. Russell Wilson was stomping out the Chiefs in the third and part of the fourth quarter till they intentionally took that man out the game. The Broncos were about to ride.
In defense of that, Carson Wentz was stomping out the 49ers in about the same time frame as the Commanders last week. It's called garbage time for a reason, sir.
No. It was garbage time. You can't call like the second. Oh, well, it is the Chiefs. And they did put up like it was up 28-0. I mean, in the second quarter.
And the Chiefs have no defense most of the time.
That's even worse. All of a sudden, Russell Wilson just comes back and puts up 28 on your ass in a quarter and a half. Nah, you gotta assassinate this nigga.
No. Now you at Kansas City where Tech 9 is doing the halftime show. Kansas City's gonna blow them out.
I would just not even show up. Be like,
I think Russell's hurt anyway.
I stubbed my toe. That's what I would the same.
Sierra gave me VD. She hung out with her baby daddy last week.
You know that thing that happened to Michael Thomas? It happened to me too. That's what happened.
So yeah. I'm out for the season and next year.
Yep. This out. I'm out. See
so
ya.
We're both taking the Chiefs here.
Yeah. Because the Chiefs have to lock down the number 1. It's probably going to be bad. That's I'm saying. Unless
the Chiefs are trying to keep up with Buffalo right now. So
unless something happens to Patrick Mahomes, which again it's the Denver defense, it just fucking might. Who fucking knows? I doubt it. Like I seriously doubt it. Because even when they try to sack this nigga and try to blow Patrick Mahomes' back out, he somehow threw a sideways, upside down, behind the back 360 no scope fucking
which was the dumbest fucking pass because there was no reason because he ran 5 yards with nobody near him. He could just been like, yeah, there you go, touchdown. No, he had to be all extra diva about it and shit. Looking like homeboy in NXT, Quincy.
Yeah.
Looking like this motherfucker just
nigga did this shit. He did the Dalsim throw, nigga. He twisted the arm and shit. How you gonna twist the arm 3 times and then throw it? Like this.
Next up, we're going with Justin Fields, and who I still don't think has had a 300-yard passing game, taking on the Lions, who need to win this game to get back into playoff contention.
He's barely has a 200-yard passing game. I think he's had 1. One. Oh, we're not gonna check the stats now. Fuck.
But I think we're both taking the Lions on this one.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. At this point.
All right. So while you look that up, we'll talk about the next one. I said it earlier. Ron Rivera should get fired for benching Tyler Heineke after struggling against the number one defense in the NFL. But now the Cleveland Browns are taking on Carson Wentz in the Communist.
Yes. The season's over for Washington. I just want to say that for the record.
I'm taking Cleveland. I think this is where Deshaun Watson is like, all right, let's get some game time in.
Well, so no, and I'm gonna tell you this is the reason why I feel this way, because Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz will put up stats, but somehow he will lose this game. Like he puts up 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and those 2 interceptions somehow cost him the fucking game. And you don't want to do that against a still a really good Browns defense. They're not.
I was going to say you got Myles Garrett and back there who if he hits Carson Wentz once, Tyler Heineke might be back in his game.
Exactly. And if that happens, then yes, Washington will win. But until then, as long as Carson Wentz they say Carson Wentz is the starter, I'm praying for the Washington's downfall. Lose the last 2 games and then go fuck themselves. All right.
So I put your initial next to this team because, and I put in quotes, chaos theory. The Jacksonville Jaguars, do they end their 9-game losing streak against the Houston Texans?
Yes, it shall be done.
I agree.
It shall be done. The Texans aren't the Texans of old. I don't give a fuck what Davis Mills is doing.
The Texans have a .176 win percent this year.
Yeah.
And they led like 6 of those games.
Yeah, the Texans are trying to. All they need to do is lose this game, and they secured the number 1 pick in the draft. They just secure the bag. That's it.
Next up, I mentioned this earlier. Josh McDaniels has decided to sacrifice his former backup in New England, who is now his backup in Las Vegas, to the god of Nick Bosa and the San Francisco 49ers defense, as Jarrett Stidham is going to die.
You know what the worst part about this is? Devontae Adams came to Oakland because of Derek Carr.
And he's Josh Jacobs are probably going to be gone at the end of the season, and Devontae Adams is still there for 7 more years.
Well, I mean, Mark, you can have a conversation with them and watch. We don't be some hilarity if they trade Derek Carr for Aaron Rodgers.
And then trade Devontae Adams to the Patriots like they did Randy Moss.
No, Devontae, we have the Texans. That's the team with the most cap space. You know what, Devontae? You know what? I feel that you need to be with a team that can use all of your talents. So we're sending you to Houston. You're going to need all of your talents because you're going to be the only decent receiver there, and you're probably going to be quadruple covered. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Because they treated Brandon Cooks like shit.
Yes. They really did Brandon Cooks dirty. They thought he was supposed to be cut, and they said, "No, we're going to keep you." Oh, thank you.
But you're not going to play no more. You're not going to get a bonus.
And to answer your question, he's had 2 200-yard games. Once against his last game against the Packers, and then early in the season against
I said 300.
Vikings.
I said 300.
No, he's never had a 300-yard game. Never.
Okay. All right. So next up, we are moving on to. So I'm picking the Seahawks in this one. It's the Jets at the Seahawks. You already said you're picking the Seahawks. So
Yep.
That is that one.
Geno Smith for MVP.
With the last 2 weeks, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I know, but he should. He deserves it more than Patrick Mahomes.
So this one is the interesting one. The Minnesota Vikings have clinched the division, yeah?
I don't think so. Oh no, have they? Hold on,
I think they have. Because they're the only double-digit winning team in their division.
Well, they're the only team that's actually decent in their division. As far as like overall.
The Lions try.
I never said that they didn't. What I'm saying is that the Vikings are 12-3, and the Lions and the Packers are 7-8.
Yeah, they clinched their division. So the Vikings are actually playing to get the number 1 seed because if Jalen Hurts is injured, they have a chance.
Yeah.
So it's the Vikings at the Packers. Dude, I'm taking the Vikings in this one all day long.
Yeah. I mean, I need the Vikings to win. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers have a chance at a playoff spot. Do you? Is that what you want? No, exactly. So
we're both taking the Vikings.
Oh yes, indubitably. Indubitably.
Minnesota will fold when they play a good team in the playoffs. Cousins will line up behind the title. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need it because right now, the way it stands.
John said, damn, you even yawned when you said Gino for MVP. You didn't even believe that shit so much you yawned when he said it.
I know.
Gino for MVP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it should be. Although,
no,
if you,
I already said comeback player of the year.
Fine. 5-week MVP Brock Purdy, baby. Woo!
All right. Next up, since the LA Chargers somehow got a playoff spot with how awful they've been over the season, will they play their broken quarterback and their broken team against the Rams?
Only one team is backed into a playoff spot, and that is the fucking Chargers. As soon as we think we have all the answers to the Chargers, they keep changing the questions.
Like, hey, we won 2 games in a row. We made the playoffs.
And you said they're playing who?
It's the Rams at the Chargers, so it's a double home game. Ain't nobody going to show up to this one. So.
Oh my God. Double home game is going to be. I mean, the Baker Mayfield show. I mean, Rams fans might watch it on TV.
I picked the Rams because I think the Chargers are not going to try and get Justin Herbert hurt or his weapons.
Dude, listen, Baker Mayfield, the Rams might go for another 50 burger again with this inept defense that the fucking Chargers have.
Because everybody on the Chargers defense is injured.
Yes. So, listen, bringing the practice squad players, the pizza guys.
You're already in the playoffs.
Just bring Giovanni Carmazzi out of fucking retirement and he can fucking play quarterback.
Yeah, Kyle Van Noy has been very good. Kyle Van Noy's actually had a really good season this year.
Yeah, he has. I'm not saying that
but it's because of all the injuries in San Diego.
Yes, that's true. And that's fine. But yeah, I just, Baker Mayfield is resurrecting his career right now. Wait a minute, hold on. What is the Rams? Are the Rams officially out of the playoffs? Yeah, they are. Okay.
They've been out of the playoffs since like 4 weeks ago.
Good. I mean, apparently, unless something bad happens. Right?
They are very out of the playoffs.
But wait a minute.
They have double-digit losses. They are out of the playoffs.
I mean, that's true. I was going to say, wait a minute. But what if the Seahawks go 7-10, the Rams go 7-10, the Lions go 7-10, the Packers go 7-10, the Bucks go 7-10, and the Panthers go 7-10?
No.
And the Saints go 7-10?
No.
And the Falcons go 7-10?
No.
Then it would be like the worst thing ever in the history of the NFL.
Then they just have the entire AFC play each other in the playoffs.
Whoever's in the AFC wins the Super Bowl. NFC's not invited. Fuck you guys. Straight to schedule, bitch.
Oh, they're like AFC Kirk Cousins. What the fuck? What the All right, next up is that Black Air Force Energy going to guarantee Mike Tomlin not to have a losing record as they travel to Baltimore and take on Taylor Huntley and the Ravens.
Oh, wait a minute. John asked the interesting question.
If Stafford continues to have concussion and elbow issues during the offseason, it matters on Stafford's health, in my opinion, because he is over 30, if they sign Baker long term.
Oh, man. That's the question. The question you got to ask yourself. There's so many questions that are involved in this situation, right?
I love the fact that he said he can live in SoFi and keep it clean like he did in Cleveland in the Home Depot commercials.
Well, I mean, the Rams, this is the thing. The Rams actually have enough money to sign him to a decent backup deal. They can treat him like fucking Jimmy G.
Or like the Raiders did Mariota last year.
Yeah, like they really could. They have the money to do that. So
they just don't have the draft space.
The question is that there's no QBs right now in the draft that say, we're comfortable with backing up Matt Stafford. Okay, there's none. Absolutely zero. There's no NFL free agent quarterbacks that you could say, because they're either going to be trash and be on the bench and pray that Matt Stafford doesn't get injured, or they're going to be better than Matt Stafford, and you don't want a quarterback controversy. The problem is that if you sign Baker Mayfield as a backup, then you've essentially invited a quarterback controversy into your house and handed him a whole bedroom, fully furnished with a 65-inch TV, both a PS5 and an Xbox One X, and possibly a Switch for portable play. That is exactly how bad that situation is. So, can he? Yes. Will they? Just like Big Sin said, it's really going to be dependent on how they feel long-term Matt Stafford is there. This is year number 4, right? This is the 4th year Matt Stafford. Is it the 4th year?
No, this is his second.
Was it second?
Remember last year's first year, Rams, he won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Was it last year? I thought 2 years ago.
No, this is his second year in LA.
So 3rd year, he's on a 5-year deal. Is he? Oh, wait a minute.
They
traded for Matt Stafford.
They traded for him, yeah.
Did they sign him
next year is his last under contract off the Lions contract.
Ooh, shit. Okay, not only did they invite a quarterback controversy, they let that motherfucker on the lease. That's what
he was sleeping in so far. That's what the fuck is happening.
They put that motherfucker on the lease. Quarterback controversy is now on the lease and now has to pay half the rent. Okay, damn, John with the tough questions. God damn. All right. He says, as Niner fans, I think they should sign him. No, and more no. Because I will not have the displeasure of somehow Baker Mayfield accidentally beating us. No. Fuck that and fuck you. All right. So he says, Stafford's been in the league so long, I feel like he played with Barry Sanders.
No, because they might have actually won a championship.
Just remember.
Because Stafford didn't have any running backs the whole time he was in Detroit.
Remember, Stafford was a rookie before Calvin Johnson was a rookie.
And Detroit drove him into retirement.
Yeah. There it is. Yes, I remember when Matt Stafford got out of Michigan State, he was hurt coming from Michigan State. He missed like the first 8 games because he was hurt coming from Michigan State. He played. Remember, he let him down. He let him for like 3 or 4 games. He got that last minute that touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion, and he hurt his leg on the touchdown, and we didn't see him for like a year. And then like he was back, and then he was injured, and then he played, and then they made the playoffs, and then they got screwed, and then so
then they went 0-16.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford has had quite the journey.
Yeah, as much as I'm mad about that the way that game ended last year for us and between us and them, I'm glad that Matt Stafford finally won a Super Bowl before it was all said and done. Because listen, he put up with too much shit in Detroit to not get one.
Yeah,
and that's why I wish that Barry Sanders
it was a feel good thing to see him win last year.
That's why I wish Barry Sanders would have got one, or Calvin Johnson would have went to fucking New England, would have got one. Like something. Like
same with Larry Fitzgerald. He should have went to New England when they offered him a contract.
I feel if you put up with the Ford family for too long, you deserve a Super Bowl.
All right, so Black Air Force Energy against the Ravens, and
Black Air Force Energy all day.
All right, because Mike Tomlin is on the verge of having his first losing season as a head coach.
Although I want him to, because he needs to be humbled. I don't think that the Ravens are going to win with Tyler Huntley. This is what people deserve for voting in Tyler Huntley into the Pro Bowl. Fuck them. And fuck you. And fuck all of them. Fuck all the motherfuckers. Anyways, go ahead.
All right. And now, the main event of Week 17.
Ooh.
Monday Night Football. A game that the NFL has salivated and creamed over all season.
Oh.
We have Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills traveling to Cincinnati to take on Iceman Joe Burrow and the Bungles.
Ooh, that's kinky.
Because we're all about chaos right now.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Bengals just so we can have that Bengals, Kansas City, Buffalo chaos going on.
Oh yeah, well, I forgot about that. Yeah, you know what though? That would complete the greatest, one of the greatest, like comeback seasons as far as like being down in the doldrums at the beginning of the season.
Everybody forgets that Cincinnati started off the season 0-2.
Yeah.
It struggled.
Oh, they started 0-2, started 1-3 in the first 4.
Yep. And then they won their last 9.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have beat New England last week because New England fucked up that one.
No, they were in the mud. Listen, the Bengals were in the mud. Listen, a beacon of chaos. Let's fucking go. Did we skip over the 49ers game?
No, we did because we already started sacrificing Jared Stidham.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
God of the 49ers defense.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're playing Vegas. Is the game in Vegas or is it in San Francisco?
Yes, it's in Vegas.
Son of a bitch. I wanted to fucking go. John, get me tickets.
Damn. John, give me tickets.
Damn it. I know you're still watching. I don't care what that zero shit says. You're watching, motherfucker. Give me them goddamn tickets. Give me them tickets and give me an airline ticket. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay? Well, I will say my only concern is that both
not only that travel issues is also going to be the 1st of fucking January 1st. So no.
Well, my only concern is the Vegas flu, and which I know it only affects NHL teams, but it is New Year's. You think the 49ers are going to party in Vegas for New Year's, or is Kyle Shanahan be like, no, we are not showing up to.
We will be in fucking Golden Valley, Nevada until fucking 10 a.m. Monday morning.
Well, man, Steve in the middle said maybe you can use Derek Carr's tickets. Yeah, because he won't need it. That's a good one right there. That's a fucking good one.
We're both taking the Bengals here just for the chaos theory of that whole situation.
Yes, gotta love chaos.
So we have missed you guys. We have been gone for a couple of weeks. Reactions will be back after the first of the year.
We have too many.
Hopefully we could get. Huh?
We have too many to do.
We will start. Hopefully we can start Saturday early before you gotta go do your thing.
So many reactions. So little time.
Be patient with us. I started a new career professionally. Hollywood's been on things. So there have been changes for both of us. So we are coming back. Don't worry. We hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Have a safe and happy New Year. And we will see you definitely next Wednesday for the NFL show. But we will see you with reactions really fucking soon.
Yes. And if we don't, then, you can slap us. But you got to find us first.
And I just want to shout out my twerking Deadpool picture right behind me.
Twerking Deadpool. Oh, yes, I see it.
With the burning house? Yes.
I have no pictures to put up. I'm facing the wrong way. So
you see this shit back here now? Look what has happened in the last 2 weeks. Look what has happened.
He's got a plethora. He's got a whole collection and a half. Look at you, sir. You're a madman. I love it. Appreciate that. Yes, thank you, Steve. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to you. And John, like I said, give me my tickets. I expect my 49ers Raiders tickets and 2 plane tickets in the mail. They need to be here by Friday. Thank you very much, sir. You're much appreciated. And until next time, that's my man Big Sin. I'm your boy Hollywood J. Black. This is Simple Black Reacts. It's not Simple Black
Reacts.
What the
fuck? Now you're going to confuse people.
Yes. Are there baby metal Funko Pops? Hold on. There's a question.
They are. They are very hard to find. They're about $45 to $80. I am seeing if I can find them cheaper.
He said, psh. You know what you need. As a matter of fact, give me the tickets and the baby metal Funko Pop stat. Find them. Let's go. Let's do it. John got connections. He knows people. He has an Italian last name, okay? He knows some people that know some people.
Hey.
God damn it. Anyways, this is That Damn NFL Show. Yeah, good luck. Like I said, tickets are $400 for nosebleed. Well, you find us a way to get in. I know you know a way. You're a security expert. You will figure this out, okay? I believe in you, John. I believe in you.
All right. We are going before this divulges further into chaos. We love you guys. We'll see you after the first of the year. Be safe. Much love from us here. Bye for now.
Look at that. John said hopefully they fall off a truck. Yes, they should. I hope so. Fall off a truck. Right into my mailbox.
They're gonna fall off a truck like Jared Stittle's spine's gonna fall out of his back on Sunday.
Yes. I want Nick Bosa before we leave. I want Nick Bosa to hold that shit up like Scorpion does in a finisher. Okay, walking backwards like Abbott and Costello used to. Exactly. See, See, Steve got the plan. He's the man with the plan. God damn it!
I can honestly picture you and JPZ over there fucking trying to back up into the fucking stadium, and motherfuckers were like, "What the hell is that tall ass Italian and big black dude doing right now?"
We're security.
Important power company business. We're back.
Yes, important power company business. We need to check your generator, okay?
On the 50-yard line, right there.
That's right. We need to sit right here, front row, so we can watch all the generators in the building, okay? And don't bother us.
All right.
But make sure you think
we are out of here.
We're out of
We love you guys. See you next year.